Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Practice Podcast. I'm Emma, and I'm here with my friend Jack. Today, we'll talk about something small, but very powerful, something that can really change your life. We'll talk about the power of small habits.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here again. You know, Emma, this topic is perfect because we all want to improve our lives, but big changes are hard. We try to change everything at once, and then we give up. But small habits are different. They are simple, and they really work.
Exactly. Sometimes people think they need to do something big to feel proud, like running 10 kilometers or studying English for 2 hours. But even 10 minutes can be enough if you do it every day. Small steps make a big difference over time.
That's true. Let me give you an example. 2 years ago, I wanted to get fit. At first, I planned to go to the gym every day, but of course, I didn't. Then I decided to start smaller. Just 10 push-ups every morning. It felt easy, so I kept doing it. After 1 month, I added more exercises. Now working out is part of my daily routine.
That's a great story. I had the same problem when I wanted to read more books. I always said, I don't have time. Then I started reading only 5 pages before bed. Sometimes I read more, sometimes less, but I never stopped. Now, reading feels natural, like brushing my teeth.
Yes, that's the secret. Don't make it hard, make it small. Because when something feels easy, you can do it even on bad days. And when you repeat it again and again, it becomes automatic. That's how habits are built, not in one day, but in many small days.
Exactly. And I think small habits are not only about action, they also change how you see yourself. When you keep your promises, even small ones, you start to trust yourself. You feel stronger and more confident. It's like telling yourself, I can do things. I can change.
That's powerful, Emma, and it's true. Small habits change your mind before they change your life. When you start doing small things with consistency, you start believing that you are the kind of person who keeps going. And that's how real transformation happens.
Okay, Jack, let's be honest. It's easy to start a new habit when we feel motivated. But what about those days when we just don't feel like doing anything? How do you stay consistent then?
Oh, I know those days. I think everyone does. The truth is, motivation never stays forever. It comes and goes like the weather. So I don't wait for motivation anymore. I use a system.
A system? What do you mean?
Well, for example, I exercise every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, always at 8 a.m. I don't ask myself, do I want to do it today? I just do it because it's part of the plan. No thinking, no excuses. That's my system. It helps me stay consistent even when I don't feel like it.
That's smart. I do something similar with my writing. Every evening after dinner, I sit down and write for 10 minutes. Even when I'm tired, I write something. Maybe just a few sentences, but I never skip it. It keeps the habit alive.
Exactly. It's not about doing a lot, it's about doing something. Even the smallest action counts. If you can't run, walk. If you can't study for 1 hour, study for 5 minutes. The point is, don't stop completely.
That's a great reminder, because many people think if they miss one day, everything is lost. But that's not true. You can always start again. Progress is not about being perfect, it's about being patient.
So true. I remember when I missed a week of journaling, I felt so guilty. But then I realized 1 week doesn't define me. Starting again is part of the process. You just need to forgive yourself and keep going.
I love that. And you know what? When we keep small promises to ourselves, it changes the way we think about success. We stop looking for quick results. We start enjoying the process of becoming better every day.
Yes, small habits teach us patience, discipline, and self-respect. They show us that big results are only the result of many small actions. And the best part? Everyone can do it. You don't need special talent or money, you just need to start small. You know, Emma, what I really love about small habits is how they change the way we see ourselves. Before, I always thought, I need to do something big to feel proud. But now I understand that confidence comes from keeping small promises to yourself. When I do what I said I'd do, even something simple, I start to trust myself more. And that feeling is amazing.
Yes, I totally agree. When we do what we say, we build a kind of friendship with ourselves. We stop thinking, I'm lazy or I can't do this. Instead, we start thinking, hey, I can do it. I keep going. That's real self-respect, not from results, but from effort.
Exactly. And I think many people quit too early because they expect fast results. They go to the gym for a week and want to see muscles. They study English for a month and want to sound like a native. But change doesn't work that way. It's slow, silent, and invisible at first.
That's so true. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the tree the next day, but something is happening under the ground. You just need to keep watering it. The same with habits. You can't always see the result, but it's growing inside you.
Yes, and I think that's where many people lose faith. They don't realize that small, invisible progress still counts. Like, if you read one page today, your English will not be better tomorrow. But if you read one page every day for a year, your brain will change completely.
That's a great example. And the funny thing is, once you start improving in one area, it affects everything else. For example, when I started exercising, I also started eating better and sleeping more. I didn't plan it, it just happened naturally. Small good habits create more good habits.
Yes, that's called the domino effect. When one positive habit starts, it knocks down the next one. It's like your brain says, okay, we're doing good things now, let's keep going. So even one small habit can start a whole chain of positive changes. That's why it's never really small.
Right. And I think it's important to enjoy the process, not only the result. Because when you enjoy your small daily actions, you don't need motivation. You just live your life and progress happens naturally. For example, I don't force myself to write anymore. I just enjoy the moment. It's my quiet time with a cup of tea and my thoughts.
That's beautiful. I feel the same when I go for a walk in the morning. It started as a health habit, but now it's more like a moment of peace. Sometimes I don't even think about it as exercise. It's just part of who I am. That's when you know a habit has become part of your identity.
Yes, and that's the real goal. Not just to do a habit, but to become the kind of person who does it naturally. You don't say, I try to be healthy. You say, I'm a healthy person. You don't say, I try to learn English. You say, I'm learning English every day. That small change in how you talk to yourself is so powerful.
It really is. Because your words create your reality. If you keep saying, I can't, your brain believes it. But if you say, I'm improving, your brain believes that instead. So even your self-talk can be a habit, and it's one of the most important ones.
You know, Jack, sometimes people ask me, how do I start? They think they need a big plan or the perfect time or special tools. But I always tell them the same thing. Just start small, today. Even one tiny action is enough. The only wrong move is not starting at all.
Yes, 100%. I think people overthink it. They wait for January 1st or for the right mood. But the best time to start is now. even if you just do something for 2 minutes, because once you start, it's easier to continue.
And it's funny, once you start, you realize it's not as hard as you thought. The first step is the hardest, but after that, it gets easier. Your brain learns, oh, this is safe, I can do this, and soon it becomes automatic.
I like to call that winning the first minute. If you can just start for 1 minute, you've already won half the battle. For example, if I don't want to exercise, I just tell myself, okay, I'll do it for 1 minute. And you know what? I always end up doing more because action creates motivation, not the other way around.
That's so true. People think they need motivation before action, but really, motivation comes after action. When you start, your brain feels good, and then you want to continue. That's how momentum works.
Exactly. Momentum is the secret. Just like a small snowball rolling down a hill, it gets bigger and faster as it goes. That's what happens with small habits too. They grow, they connect, and they build something much bigger than you expect.
So true, Jack. And I think that's the perfect message for everyone listening today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin with something small. Because every big dream starts with a tiny step. Just take that step and your life will start to change.
That's a beautiful way to end this conversation. So friends, remember, small actions done every day can create big transformations. Be patient, be kind to yourself, and keep going. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come.
All right, Jack. We've talked a lot about small habits and why they matter. Now let's help our listeners actually apply this. Let's give them some practical exercises.
Yes. The best way to understand habits is to practice them immediately. Let's start with a 1-minute habit challenge.
Great idea. Here's what I want everyone to do. Choose one small habit that you can do in just 1 minute today. It can be anything: drink a glass of water, write 1 sentence in your journal, stretch, or read 1 page of a book.
Exactly. And here's the trick. The first minute is the hardest. If you commit to just 1 minute, you'll usually end up doing more.
Yes, and while you do it, say it out loud. I am taking care of myself. I am improving even in small steps. Speaking positively reinforces the habit.
Now, let's do a practice together. I'll guide you. First, pick a habit. For example, let's choose stretching. Everyone, follow me. Stretch your arms up. Take a deep breath. Say out loud, I am strong. I take care of my body.
Feel that? Even this tiny action gives you a sense of accomplishment. That's the power of small habits.
Another example, writing a sentence in English. Everyone, repeat after me. I am learning English. Every small step counts. I am proud of myself.
Perfect. You see, these tiny actions, plus a positive mindset, start to change your brain and your confidence.
Let's take it a step further. There's a technique called habit stacking.
That's when you attach a new habit to something you already do automatically. For example, brushing your teeth.
Exactly. You can say, after I brush my teeth, I will write 1 sentence in my journal. Or, after I make coffee, I will stretch for 1 minute.
It's simple, but extremely effective. Your brain already knows the first habit, so it's easier to attach a new one.
Let's try a small exercise for our listeners. Think of a habit you already do every day. Now, imagine adding 1 small action immediately after it.
I'll go first. After I make my morning tea, I will write down 1 thing I am grateful for.
And I'll say, after I put on my shoes for a walk, I will repeat a positive affirmation. I am consistent. I am improving every day.
Great! Everyone, pause here and think of your own habit stack. Even 1 extra minute adds up over time. Another key factor is tracking your habits.
Yes, you can use a notebook, an app, or even sticky notes. Just mark a small check for each day you complete your habit.
Seeing those check marks builds motivation. Even if you only do 1 minute, marking it reminds your brain, I am consistent.
Exactly. It's like giving yourself a small reward. And when you miss a day, you don't panic. You just continue tomorrow.
Let's try a mini exercise together. Imagine you're tracking a new habit, like drinking a glass of water each morning. Draw a check mark in your notebook. Say it out loud. I did it, 1 day at a time.
And notice how good it feels. That small action starts a chain reaction of positivity.
Now, let's do a reflection exercise. This is super important because it helps you see the impact of small habits.
Think about one habit you've been practicing recently. How has it changed you? Don't think about big results. Focus on small changes, small wins.
For example, if you started reading 5 pages every day, maybe you feel calmer at night, or you notice new words in English.
Or if you started stretching every morning, maybe your body feels lighter or you feel more energized.
Now speak it out loud. Say, I notice that because of my small habit, I feel blank.
For example, I noticed that because of my small habit of writing, I feel more confident in expressing my ideas.
Perfect. Do this every week. Small reflection reinforces the habit and reminds your brain progress is happening, even if it's invisible at first. All right, friends, that's it for today's practical part.
Remember, small habits, habit stacking, tracking, and reflection. These simple steps create real change over time.
Start today, start small, and enjoy the process.
And before you go, tell us in the comments, what tiny habit will you start this week?
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep it small, keep it consistent, and you'll see the transformation.
See you next time. Keep moving forward, one tiny step at a time.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on English Practice Podcast. If you enjoyed today's talk, share it with someone who needs a little motivation. And remember, your small habits today build your future tomorrow.
See you next time, everyone. Keep it simple, keep it small, and keep moving forward.